request Anup sir to present his learnings and experiences as a newly appointed officer.
Good afternoon to all. I am Dr. Anup, 2016 batch, presently posted as a ADFM in Lucknow division under NER. After two heavy presentations, I will be giving a small presentation, which is though simple, but has a huge practical implications. This small presentation is all about the role of a junior scale officer in implementation of technology at his workplace. So why junior scale officers? We all know, and the seniors will agree, that they are fresh to service and they're enthusiastic to bring changes in the system. And technology is one such tool to achieve their dreams. And the next important thing is higher officials can concentrate on other big important works at hand rather than spending time in routine administrative issues. And personally, I feel the staff fare less and are more comfortable with junior scale officers. And the third important thing is the younger generations are curious to adopt the fast changing technologies to make their workplace more smarter. So I developed a roadmap for a junior scale officers based on my observations, experiences, and also discussions with my colleagues and seniors. Here, I divided the entire tenure of a junior scale officer into 4 phases of 3 months each. There should be some fixed day and time in a week so that there will be a continuity. Suppose say from 1500 hours to 1700 hours on every Friday. So it is important to move in a phase wise as each phase acts as a building block for the next phase. So the first phase starts from as soon as the junior officer enters, that is from 1 to 3rd phase, to 1 month to 3rd month. So it is understanding and planning phase. When a junior scale officer enters the office, he should try to understand the technological skill sets of his staffs and colleagues. He should also try to develop and good relationship in coordination with the S&T department and EDPM centers, because these are the ones who will be very resourceful and helpful in any technological interventions. Junior scale officers also should assess the infrastructure, but here the infrastructure what we need the most is a computer and the basic softwares which are available all over India in every office. Some of the observations which I made, which is also agreed by my colleagues and seniors, that the majority of the staff doesn't know anything beyond their fixed roles in IBAS or e-office. Though they are implemented, suppose if they are given a particular role of CO6 generation, they doesn't know anything beyond like report generation also. Same is the case with the e-office. They don't know how to send the particular file. They don't know how to do the savings and backing up of the file for the future use. Again, we witnessed that the basic knowledge of a basic routine softwares like Excel sheets, Google Drive, Word, PPTs are either minimal or not up to the required level for the effective use. There is a sheer wastage of paper is observed, especially for example, even though we have an e-tendering system, there is a tendency to download a lot of papers which have been uploaded in the internet and to make a hard copy for the tender committee. And again, the taking printouts for every time for corrections from officers. And another thing that we observed is the inertia, especially for the old age people above the age of 50 years, in inertia in learning the new things. So based on these above observations, the junior scale officer has to plan for the phase 2. That is the phase from 4 months to 6 months, that is the creation of resource person. Here, junior scale officer should identify and select the potential staffs, one from each section, say around the total of 10 staff from the entire office. I call them the resource person because once they are trained, they will be assisting and teaching the other staff of their section. The next important thing in this phase is knowing the skill sets of the resource person. Usually the resource persons are introduced to these basic softwares during their training. The biggest challenge and the duty, even the role of a junior scale officer is what makes it matters the most. He should make them use it routinely and effectively. Here he should brush up their knowledge and for their practical applications, and he should be keep on discussing and making them use it regularly. During this phase, he can be taking a help of any training centers, local training centers, be it Sitara or from IRIFEM. Now comes the next phase. Based on the knowledge and experience gained in phase 2, Now the junior skill officer shall work with this resource person for the effective utilization of the important office softwares like iPaaS and e-offices. In iPaaS, we can go ahead with the report generation or extraction of data and preparing presentations, etc. In e-office, we can move ahead just not by sending a file from one place to another file. Next step is organizing and backing up of the file. Here we should give emphasis for the saving these files in drives, maybe Google Drives, or we can have their own official drives for their future use so that anybody can access from any place. And even the person moves out of the place, any new person who comes to the office will be able to access those files. And junior skill officer should inculcate inculcate the habit of sharing editable documents for corrections among these resource persons first. Now comes the final phase, that is the fourth phase, which I call it as a dissemination phase. Till now, junior skill officer and the resource persons were involved. Now it's the time to involve the entire office, the other staffs of the office, through the technique of knowledge transfer and reverse knowledge transfer that is widely practiced in the private sector. First, the resource person will teach to them respective section staff members, and in turn they will give presentation back. These sessions can be used by a junior skill officer for also a test check and also discussion for the best practices. This phase is in fact not limited to just 3 months, it will be a continuous phase. These are the summary of all the 4 phases I briefly explained. That is which is spread over a 1 year of tenure of junior skill officers. And now come to the assessment part. Though it is very simple, which has a very huge practical implications and very huge impact. It doesn't need any extra fund, doesn't need any extra infrastructure. Only the requirement is the willpower of the junior skill officer. And it will definitely lay down the strong foundation for the future introduction of technology. As we all know, the member financer has rightly mentioned that it is a time for us to introduce and involve the data analytics and artificial intelligence. And these are the small steps. I feel that it will be a big impact on the working of the Indian railway system. And there can be an assessment of a junior skill officer by a branch officer or by PFA through APAR. By following this, definitely I am of the belief that Railway Accounts Department can emerge as a techno-savvy department and act as a role model to other departments and organizations. Finally, I am winding up my presentation by remembering the advice of what Vijay Kanta ma'am has given just recently few minutes back. Our small acts give tremendous satisfaction for us and leave good example and good examples or system for the successors to come. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The ideas presented here today will definitely open many new dimensions and avenues to ponder upon.